On this week's Goal Show, Italy's icon down under, Alessandro Del Piero, reveals his future plans. We follow his Sydney FC team as they pursue a final series place in the A-League. Corinthians express their sorrow after the death of a fan during a Copa Libertadores game. In Brazil, Sao Paulo entertain Linense on Saturday, looking to move to the top of the Campeonato Paulista table. Having not won their state championship since 2005, Sao Paulo are keen to make amends for that barren run. Jadson's goal after good work from Douglas saw them take the lead here at the Morumbi Stadium. Sao Paulo doubled their advantage after the break when Osvaldo scored from Luis Fabiano's assist. Osvaldo was involved in Sao Paulo's third goal before the end. His intended pass for Fabiano turned into his own net by Linense's Fabio Lima. A comfortable win for Sao Paulo ahead of a crucial midweek Copa Libertadores tie against Bolivian champions the strongest.
On Sunday, club world champions Corinthians travel to Bragantino 4 days after tragedy had struck during a Copa Libertadores game in Bolivia. A moment's silence was held ahead of kickoff to remember the 14-year-old San Jose fan killed by a firework during Corinthians' 1-1 draw there on Wednesday. As a result of the incident, Corinthians supporters have been banned from all of the club's Copa Libertadores games in 2013. Having drawn 4 games in a row in all competitions, Corinthians were slow to get going in their latest outing. Bragantino taking the lead after the break when Leo Jaime volleyed in Diego Macedo's cross. Corinthians hit back straight away though. Calls for offside falling on deaf ears as Alexander Pato found the net. His second goal for the club since moving from Milan. But poor marking and some questionable goalkeeping from Corinthians' Cassio saw Bragantino take the lead again. Lincoln heading the ball goalwards. The goal awarded to the striker, despite Cassio having a huge part to play. That goal looked to seal a fine win for Bragantino, with Corinthians second best. But late in the day, defender Rafael Andrade gave away a penalty by handling inside the box. He was subsequently sent off. And so it was left to former Hamburg striker Paulo Guerrero to slam in the spot kick. 6 minutes into time added on. The last kick of the game rescuing a point for Corinthians, who were clearly still reeling from the events of their trip to Bolivia. Elsewhere in the Sao Paulo State Championship over the weekend, a late goal gave Palmeiras a narrow win over Barbarense, while Santos, the defending champions, registered a first win in 4 games. Sao Paulo's lead at the top stayed intact, with Ponte Preta only drawing on Sunday. Corinthians' draw saw them fall further behind the pace-setters, 9 games into the new campaign. Following the announcement of his extended stay, Del Piero lined up for Sydney as they look to move closer to sealing a final series berth away to Melbourne Heart on Sunday. Australia international Lucas Neal was also in the team for his debut, but Nick Kalmar's goal saw the Heart take a first-half lead.
Nick Kalmar on the mark for just the second time this season.
And Sydney were dealt another blow when Argentine Jonathan Germano burst away to fire in a second.
Away and onside. It's Germano! It's another very crisp finish.
Sydney's woes continued into the second half. A foul on David Williams by Seb Ryall saw the Sydney defender sent off and a penalty awarded.
That's going to be a penalty and a red card for Ryall. Sydney down to 10.
Williams scoring the penalty himself to put the Heart in complete control.
And the Heart are 3 goals clear.
Joel Griffiths offered Sydney some late hope with a fine turn and finish, but the damage had already been done.
Fabulous goal by Joel Griffiths. A real striker's instinct sort of a goal.
Elsewhere in the A-League over the weekend, the Newcastle Jets and Brisbane Roar drew a blank. And the Western Sydney Wanderers edged out Perth Glory, a result which had briefly taken them to the top for the first time this season. So this is how things stand in Australia with just 5 rounds of the regular season left. Central Coast and Western Sydney Wanderers will do battle for top spot, with the top 6 entering the final series.
David Beckham made his long-awaited Paris Saint-Germain debut against Marseille on Sunday, the 37-year-old appearing as a second-half sub during PSG's 2-0 win, playing a key role in the second goal scored by Zlatan Ibrahimovic. FIFA revealed that goal line technology will be used at next year's World Cup in Brazil. The game's governing body hope to confirm which of 4 systems they've chosen by early April, so the technology can be used at this summer's Confederations Cup. And finally, last but not least, Swansea City were celebrating on Sunday after winning the League Cup at Wembley. They beat 4th-tier club Bradford City 5-0 to win their first ever major trophy. Former Barcelona midfielder Victor Vázquez is the latest winner of our Goal of the Week vote. His fine individual strike for Club Brugge at Lokeren in the Belgian Pro League, earning nearly 40% of the votes in our global poll on goal.com. Coming up, 5 goals from the last 7 days from which to choose your favourites. First up, Joel Griffiths' super consolation for Sydney FC in Melbourne. One from the book of Del Piero, perhaps. Goal 2 is Marcelo CARRUSCA's effort for Adelaide in Wellington. Undoubtedly one of the goals of the entire A-League season. Michael McGlinchey's impudent finish for Central Coast, part of the former Celtic player's hat-trick, is goal 3. Goal 4 features the creativity of Luis Fabiano, the Brazil international laying on a goal for his Sao Paulo teammate Osvaldo. And goal 5, Leo Jaime's wonderfully executed volley for Bragantino during their draw with Corinthians. To choose your favourite, simply head to the video section on goal.com. The winner will be announced on Friday. On next week's Goal Show, the AFC Champions League group stage kicks off. We'll have action from across Asia. And the last 2 South American champions meet in the Sao Paulo State Championship.